Okay, so I just finished the TMB and I'm gonna show you what I had in my bag. I didn't think my bag was that big or that heavy, but then someone was like, hey, your bag looks really heavy. But when I pick it up, it's like this. Flick it around. Voila. I'm sorry about the helicopter. They're transporting big goods somewhere. I strapped on the back this yoga mat with my 2 walking sticks, and on the other side I carry my tripod, but it is like super lightweight. This mat is good if you have nothing, like if you just need something to support your back, and this is 4 class and it's so long it fits perfectly in the length of my tent. So the next item is obviously the most essential, and those are walking sticks. These are also 4 class. I got them from Decathlon for £6 each. Now we're gonna go into the back pocket. I put things that were really important that I wanted to have easily accessible here. So the first thing I obviously have is toilet paper. I took this from an Airbnb that I stayed at. Charger, there's a lot of places to charge at campgrounds. What I learned is leave your portable charger out overnight. Use that to charge your phone during the day. Little shampoo, I really don't regret buying it. I just got it from a German pharmacy. An adapter, this sucked. This is so hard to charge. It's so weak. It's a universal adapter, so I could use it in any country, but really all you need is a European adapter, or just buy a European charger. Having a universal adapter sucked, because as well, if I lost this or someone stole this, which was more valuable than the portable charger, then I would be screwed for charging any device. Next, obviously sunglasses case. Sunscreen, this is also so important. I'm gonna reapply. So many people got burned on the Tour de Mont Blanc. I got really tan, like you could see my tan line. AirPods, I actually never use these because I was always talking to people, so they're also dead now. Deodorant, again, essential. My retainers. Toothpaste. Oh, actually no, this is antiseptic cream. I didn't bring a hairbrush on the Tour de Mont Blanc because I thought, oh, who cares, I'll just put it in plaits, but it actually got really unmanageable, so I had to buy a tiny comb. Lip balm. People were always borrowing my lip balm on the Tour de Mont Blanc, so I would highly recommend bring some. Your lips dry out so quickly. On my first day, I got stung by a nettle, and I put some of this on and it really helped. Little amenities kit. Lip gloss. I wasn't meant to bring this. This was accidentally left into my bag, but I had lip gloss. I don't recommend you bring this. None of the maps were that good. I actually went to the tourism office on the first day and they gave me some good information, but the maps they gave me weren't that helpful. These cleansing wipes are good just for if you don't have any chance to shower. But I stayed at campgrounds where there were a lot of showers, so this did not actually need to be used that much. This was really helpful. Now we're getting into the trash stuff. I actually haven't looked in this bag since I finished the trail, which was like yesterday. I bought a little thing to put on my bag. It's very expensive. It was €4, which is ridiculous. Next, I have these purification tablets. I didn't personally use these because whenever I got desperate, I bought bottled water and then I filled my water bottle up with it. So if you're wild camping, bring these. If you don't, there is potent water all along on the trail, so you should be fine without. Next, I have a headlamp. I never use this because I always went to bed so early that it was never really dark out. Then I have rubbish. Band-aids. I have so many loose band-aids. I went through a whole box of band-aids. I invested in gum just in case I wasn't able to brush my teeth or something happened where I had no breath. Got a little pair of scissors. These are essential. Everyone was borrowing my scissors. Okay, next we're gonna get into the main body section. Oopsies. Okay, so I bought these razors. I didn't take any razors on the Tour de Mont Blanc. I just bought these at the local Carrefour when I finished. I don't think you need to shave on the Tour de Mont Blanc. If you want to, I know every girl other than me was shaving, but I didn't, and I think it was fine. No one cared. I also recently bought conditioner. I did not bring conditioner on the Tour de Mont Blanc. That was a mistake. I really recommend bringing a small conditioner because I dried my hair out with just using shampoo and it was terrible, and I ended up having to borrow other people's stuff. So try and bring your own. So I would always stop in a town and get myself a baguette. One, because I love baguettes, especially in France and Switzerland and Italy. They all have amazing bread. But it's also like usually like €1 or €2. And then I would buy some hummus and I would just eat that for lunch every day. Okay. Another thing I would often have for lunch is a Sprite. I don't drink Sprite just like day to day in life, but when I'm on a hike and I just need some sugar, my God, this slaps. This is old, but I'm having it anyways. Oh my God, nothing hits better than a Sprite after you've walked up a gigantic mountain in the heat. One thing I regret not bringing is electrolyte tablets or hydration tablets. A lot of people were using that, or like Baroccas, like things to put in your water to give you, to replace what you're losing through your sweat. The next best thing I brought is this little bras bag. I'm gonna put my underwear back in this bag. And I also use this as my pillow. I've been told from more experienced hikers that the most essential thing in your hiking backpack is a good rain jacket. It rained when I was doing it. If you are drenched in water and the wind comes in and it stops and you're not hot, you can get hypothermia easily, just like that. And my one was good for a light rain. Like the first day when I started out, it was raining, and this was good for keeping that and keeping the rain off my body. And it was also good for keeping the wind off my body. But when it actually started pouring, this thing got soaked and my clothes got soaked. It's a little bit wet right now. More like maps and things. Mostly I kept these as souvenirs. They're not useful. So like the sunscreen, the lip balm, the walking poles, a rain jacket and a fleece, which are essential. Other little thing I brought, so as well as the headlamp, I had this little light bulb thing. So you just pull on it. You can't really see, but I borrowed this from a friend. So like 2 friends in Stuttgart. Basically so much of what I'm wearing and what I have are from them. They basically sponsored this entire thing. I love them. Thank you so much. Next, I have a peach. We'll talk about the tents in a second, but I'll leave that there. This is my little pajama top that I used to use. It's disgusting now. So this, the track pants, this outfit, the fleece and the rain jacket. That's the only clothes I brought. Actually, that's a lie. I also brought these rain pants. So they're meant to be rainproof. I actually never use these because I ended up finding that when I was walking, my legs got really warm, so I never used to wear long pants. So I actually never wore these, and I kind of regret bringing them. Okay, so we're getting into the things that I'd usually be pulling out from the bottom, not the top, but just to make it easier, I'm just going to pull it out from the top. So like, for example, the pajama top, I would pull out from the bottom. Next, obviously, is the sleeping bag. This was perfect. It is really tiny. It's a 1-person sleeping bag. It is so tiny. Like, if I were any bigger, I would not be able to wear it. It's 160 centimeters max, so 5'2". I'm like 160 exactly, maybe a little bit taller. I got it from Decathlon. It was really cheap, but also the zipper broke on this. The lowest it can go is 10 or 50 Fahrenheit, so 50 Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. I recommend, if you can, find a lighter one that can go down to like 7 or 5 or 0. I would recommend that because I was cold sometimes. And I actually had to borrow my friend's gloves twice in the middle of the night because I was so cold. This was so essential. I'm so proud of this idea. This was very clever from me. You need something to dry yourself with if you're showering. So I would highly recommend bringing a little tea towel, which is what I use. You don't need anything bigger than a tea towel. And then when you're washing dishes, it also works for that. And then I got some cutlery. Again, I got like actual metal cutlery, but I would recommend investing in like plastic cutlery. I probably should have only brought a regular butter knife, but I'm a woman traveling alone and camping, so I thought probably good to have some kind of weapon, I guess. Okay, this next thing is the biggest regret of the entire bag. The thing I wish I never bought and never brought. And that is crampons. These were 70 pounds. And they're so heavy, and I did not use them once. Everyone was like, get crampons, it's so dangerous. And yes, I walked in snow, but with the walking poles, it's basically all you need, and it's never like totally dangerous where you're gonna slip off the edge of a mountain. But there are people who went earlier in the month when there was a lot of snow who definitely were like, I needed crampons. So if you're worried, do bring them, and that's why I brought mine. One thing I definitely do not regret bringing, but kind of wish I brought something smaller, are my Birkenstocks. When you're walking around camp, you don't want to be wearing your hiking boots. You need to give your feet a rest, let them breathe. It's so essential to bring something like this. I wish I brought thongs. Again, I didn't want to buy new things, so I didn't buy thongs. People also brought runners. I personally don't think it's worth the wait, but it did, I think, help them a lot if they got blisters or they were trying to do things that are more agile, like going down a mountain. But again, I actually don't think you need them at all. Okay, what else do I have? Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. So something that a lot of people do bring are things to do after you hike, so like après hiking, and that's things like reading. So I didn't bring myself a book. I just brought myself some readings because I actually have to study on this trip. Oh my gosh, lost it. A couple times I saw people reading, but most of the time people were socializing. Like, I think playing cards are a better investment. Okay, so we have these little side pockets. I basically separated them into 2 groups. So on this side, I put my little snacks, Baby Bell, granola bars. Okay, so on the side at the moment, I do have little brownies. I don't usually have these, but I bought them when I finished the hike because I wanted to give myself a little treat for, I don't know, completing the TMB. So I'm quickly taking these out, but these were not in here for the actual hike, I promise. Taking these out, quite a few of them. These are deep pockets. Okay, one more. Yeah, okay. So I bought 2 Cliff bars. One I ate, one I didn't. This one was a chocolate and almond fudge, which is really good. And this was a blueberry almond crisp, which I haven't eaten, but I will. Something that I used kind of early on were these Nature Valley crunchy oats and dark chocolate bars. These are also good. I took a beer bottle. Why? Because 1, you take your trash down with you. And 2, because it was a cute memory. It's a Mont Blanc beer that I got at the top of the mountain overlooking Mont Blanc. So I just took it with me. My spoon I put here. One thing I forgot to bring, I brought a sponge, which is also here, which is really good. Bring yourself a little sponge, but I did not bring anything to wash my dishes with. So bring a little thing of like dishwashing liquid or some sort of soap or something so you can actually wash your dishes. More rubbish. And the one thing I would highly recommend as like a little treat are these Baby Bells. These sell out so quickly because they're so goddamn good. On this side, I put medical supplies, band-aids, antiseptic. The antiseptic cream should be in here, like anything more important, like tape, things that I needed to wrap. But firstly, it's my little tripod. Band-aid. Band-aids box. You just need band-aids. You are going to blister like crazy. I mean, the one thing I didn't realize was going to hurt so much were my feet. Then I brought a little medical supply kit. I have things like cold and flu tablets, the antiseptic cream, anti-nausea stuff. Then another thing that was really helpful was tape. The 2 kind of day essentials, and the top is like everything essential. And the bottom, night, and then from the middle part would be like things that I need in the day. And the last little pocket I wanted to show you is the one just underneath my essential part. And it's like my secret pocket where I put like my most essential items, and so that's where I kept my cash. Brought my passport, of course, my Australian SIM card because sometimes my internet doesn't work and my Australian SIM is my lifesaver. That's it. I've used all my euros, so that's why there's nothing in there. Okay, that's everything in the main bag. I'm gonna pack it back in, and then I'm gonna show you my final thing, which is the tent, and then I'll tell you what I wish I brought. Okay. So you can see it's a pretty big tent. Trying it out. Perfect. Huge. While my tent dries, the things I wish I brought but didn't are things like the hydration tablets, the burner, so like a little like thing to actually cook warm meals, dishwashing liquid, like a little small thing of conditioner. Like one thing that Peter told me, Peter's like an experienced hiker, is that you should always bring a spare pair of shoelaces, which is so smart because one of the biggest mishaps that could happen was your shoelace broke on the mountain, and then what are you going to do? Like hobble down? Try and make sure you have something like a shoelace. And if you don't use it for your shoes, you can also use it for tying certain things. Like when things break, that can really set you back. Like for example, Peter's like strap across here broke, and that had huge problems, but he managed to like MacGyver it and figure it out. Another thing I forgot, bowls, a reusable bowl. That is so important. I had to buy bowls at one point and it sucked. I don't think you need a cup. I just drink straight from like my water, or I got a little wine, I would just drink from the bottle.